If you missed the meeting last night for teams, it was a good meeting. If you, we will do it once a month, so you guys are more than welcome to join it. Good morning, Yadira. Hey, Patience.
Hey, how y'all doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
I'm
You sound like you up and at it.
girl. I've been up since 4 this morning. I done went and walked. I feel good.
See, you used to mess with me about getting up at 4:30. Look at you. Feels good. You get your whole day over with.
Yep.
Good morning, Derek.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. Okay, so our conversation today is online marketing in 2022 that's working. So I'm real big about not just using the tools that we have and what's working in the season that we're in, but I'm also real big about getting ahead of the curve. So I want you guys to understand that we have to use the right tactics, because using the right tactics in the wrong season will mess up our tomorrow. So the things that we used to do may not help us in this season that's to come. And so I have a few statistics that I want to read for you guys, because our market is not the same. The predictions that all of the economists had for us were not were over. Right? We had the economists predicted that our market was going to our prices were going to increase, and our interest rates was going to increase about 6 to 7%, and they said we wouldn't get there to the end of the year. But I want you guys to know that we have a 9.1 increase in the month of June. So we're at 9.1% increase. So our average price sales, now this is just for Houston. I will look up the other cities after we start our conversation. But for Houston, our prices in June rose to single family rose to 436. That is the median sale, the average sale price, and the median sale price rose to $355,000. But we also had the first month in the last 2 years where we had a drop in sales. So right now we have 2 months of inventory. What does that mean to you guys?
The market is shifting.
Mm-hmm. The market is shifting, right? So which way, what direction is it shifting to?
A
Maybe a
buyer's
balanced
market.
Right.
market.
A balanced market. Yeah. We're definitely going into a balanced market, because when we get to 3 months worth of inventory, that's when real estate kicks in, right? And you hear that a lot. You're like, okay, now it's time to really work. But what does that mean? That it actually, when the market becomes balanced, then we have competition. So what you're seeing now, where there's one house in a neighborhood that's available, and when you walk away, it has five contracts on it. That's not going to be your market anymore. In the balanced market, the neighborhood is going to have a lot of sales in it. It may have 12 of the same model in your neighborhood. So if you get into that type of market, what marketing strategies would you use to get your listing sold?
Houses. Am I
So I
still
go
on?
I go
Oh,
into a neighborhood, and the house that I'm listing was built in 2020.
oh.
But that same model is for sale four
Good morning.
times
How
in
you
the
doing?
neighborhood. How do I what's the tactics that I use to get that one sold? Because it's no longer just putting a sign in the yard and knowing that it's going to sell. What are my marketing strategies?
I'm doing open houses. I'm door knocking. I'm going to have to do some Google ads and things like that.
Very good. What else could I do? See, a lot of us have only been in the market since the pandemic happened, so we don't understand really what are the marketing strategies it actually takes to sell. So this is like being ahead of the curve, but actually studying what happened before you, because there's nothing really new under the sun. And what happened in the real estate cycle in 2008 to 2010 is happening right now. So it's really important for you guys to go back and study the history. But one of the things you guys are going to have to build is a suite of services. You're going to have to do something for yourself to stand out with other real estate agents. So without experiencing the market, it's going to be really hard for you to build that suite of service. So tell me some ideas of some suite of services that you should give your listings in order for them to choose you, and how you're going to get that house sold. Ray brags all the time because she says, "Hey, I used to go around and quote my numbers. I can get your house sold in less than 21 days." That's going to be a thing right now, getting a house sold in less than 21 days. And some of you guys have only been in the market 2 years, so that sounds crazy, huh? 21 days. We sell a house in 21 minutes. So what do you do?
We could do the concierge package to get the listing like we did.
What's the concierge package? Patient, share that with them, what the concierge package we built for you.
Okay, so the concierge package is services that we offer in addition to listing the house. We as long as we have the listing, we'll make sure the grass is cut. We'll also have what am I trying to say? The warranty while we
Mhm.
have the listing.
Very good. Mhm.
And was it? Did we do the professional cleaning? Was that part of it, or did I add that myself?
No, that was part of it. You're gonna
Oh,
have the
okay.
house. You're gonna have the house professionally cleaned, right? So another thing you have to do. Let's say, imagine that the house um is four houses in the neighborhood, like I said. So your job as a listing agent is to go view those properties and have a GC on. I mean, in your package, you need to have a stager. You need to have people who can get that house in the same condition that the other houses are in. Because if there's two houses that has been completely remodeled, that has all of the up to date appliances, guess what house is going to sell first?
The one with all the updated appliances.
Right. So if I don't have a general contractor that can come over and give my client a free bid to see how they can get their house in the same level as my competition, if I don't offer a pre-inspection, right? You need to find inspectors right now who do pre-inspections. So that means when I put the house on the market, the seller pays for an inspection. So we already know what's wrong with it, and we get those things fixed before we put the house on the market. That way we know that we're going to make it through the inspection period, and we offer that as a suite of services. When a buyer buys from us, it's already had a professional inspection. They don't have to pay for the inspection. So we save you $400, $500, and you can take this inspection and know that we did everything on this inspection and had it fixed before we sold it to you. These are the type of things you guys are going to have to think about when you get ready to sell in this market that we're going to be approaching. Now, when we get to the actual marketing of it, I wanted you guys to understand that there are some digital things that we should be doing. Now, before I go through the list of the things that I'm going to teach you today, what marketing tools are you guys using right now?
I use KV Core. KV Core has this thing called Property Boost. And so when I listed the property, I did a property boost where it automatically does an ad for me. And then when it does the ad for me, it automatically like makes a landing page and brings the leads to my KV Core. Everybody who clicks on it and enters the information. So that's one of the good things that I was doing.
So, okay, so share that. So, is it an extra cost to use Property Boost?
It is an extra cost to use Pro. I want to say it cost me like $60, and the ad ran for 7 days. But I
$60
got
go ahead.
it was just $60. Period. It was $60 for me to use it. It's no cost to have property boost, but whenever you use it to boost the property, you pay $60. And so the ad ran for 7 days. In that 7 day period, I want to say it gives you emails and lets you know your daily clicks. So at the end of my 7 day period, I probably got about 2,000 clicks and actually maybe like 10 people actually filled out the form. Of the 10 people who filled out the form, maybe 6 of them were real people because some of them were just like gave fake information.
Mm-hmm.
So
So 6 of them are real people, and are you communicating with the 6?
yeah, well, I like KV Core because even like it was my birthday weekend, so I ain't gonna lie, I was really busy. But the way KV Core does it, when they bring a lead in, when a lead comes in, it'll automatically text them and say, "Hey, are looking, or are you just browsing?" It'll text for you. And so I was getting text on my phone. I was like, "What are they talking about?" But it was KV Core that was asking. It was KV Core that was asking them, were they just browsing? So that made it easier for me. So when I did get ready to call them back, I knew if they were serious about buying or they were just looking at properties.
Very good. So even if you got one person from that, the average price range is, now we say 435. So the median price is, so let's say the house is $300,000 and you made $9,000 from spending $60 in your business. Is that worth it?
It was definitely worth it. And it's beyond worth it because you have other prospects because they may not be ready to buy a house right now, but you got them in your pipeline now. Now you can drip them and talk to them and everything else and reel them in.
So when I tell you guys that I truly can get you in business in 30 days if you come into our office, it's tools like this that you'll be using when you have your technology that can get you someone working with. Literally, she ran an ad over the weekend and now she has 6 people that she's talking to and 2,000 people that she's going to keep talking to because they clicked on her product in order for her to be able to get a client. So is it possible to get in business in 30 days? Yes. If you're not in business, are you using all the tools that at your fingertips? Not really, right? So we got to really, really back in now because the tools matter. So I want to give you guys I'm gonna give you a formula that we should be running right now, but I'm gonna give you a statistic that I researched. And so right now, in order for us to be able to deliver exceptional service, 35% of our service is aligning marketing and sales efforts. 32% of it is segmenting and targeting audience. And another 32% is scaling programs, content, and personalization. So when I say that, what does that mean to you guys? There's no right or wrong answer. So I'm going to say it again. 35% of your marketing is aligning the materials in your sale efforts. Another 32% is segmenting and targeting your audience. And another 32% is your ability to scale what you have, which includes your programs, your content, and your personalization. What does that mean to you?
Marketing is a big piece.
Very good. And so I can't make marketing is more than sales. That we cannot sell if we don't reach the people, and we must have marketing. So if we was to put it all in the statistics on if we needed the skill to sell and the skill to market, it would definitely be 80/20. If a client came to you today and you just got out of real estate school, never sold anything, you could sell them a house just by getting information from other people if you had the people to sell to. So we must market and prospect to the people in order to get them in. It has very little to do with the sales skill, it has a lot to do with reaching the people. So, we're going to learn today a formula. The formula is 70/20/10. That is a marketing model for you to use when you're using digital marketing strategies. And right now is not the time. Remember, I told you what you used to do in the old season will not get you to the new season. So, we got to go with the behaviors that pay. The behaviors that pay are digital marketing. So, if you're on here and you're saying, you know what, I'm just not good at that social media stuff, I'm just not good at that online stuff, and I don't know, it's going to be really hard to survive in this season. 70% of your content should be proven content that supports building your brand. So, how many of us have a brand? That's where we need to start. We need to start with a brand because 70% of your content should be building around the brand and attracting the visitors that you actually want to have. So that means you need a website because a lot of these digital tools that I'm going to give you today is going to be operated on a website. Now, we're going over the 70/20/10 rule. 70% of your content should be built around your brand. 20% of your content uh, could be viral videos, infographics, and 10% is must be experimental. So we're going to talk about 8 tools that you're going to use in this season in real estate and in online services and business or whatever product you have. This is product across the board because a lot of you guys do more than one thing. But how you reach your people and how you get your client base is still all the same. So we got to wrap our mind around influence marketing, live videos, short form videos, chat boxes, multi channel marketing, and interactive content. So when I list all of those things, how many of you guys are using all of them?
I can say I probably do, but I'm listening in.
Okay. Who else is using all of those channels to reach your clients?
I would say I do pretty fair. I need to improve my video interactions.
So if we are having problems getting business, it's because of this right here. We don't even have to worry about learning real estate. We can learn real estate all day long and be a professional student. But if we want to make money in this business, we have to wrap our mind around these tools. Influencer marketing is really not as expensive as people think it is, but attaching to yourself to someone who's already won is the number one tool you guys should be using right now. Co-marketing your videos and using short form videos. Does everyone know what a short form video is? Okay, so that's your TikToks. So we have long form and we have short form. Short form is more than 10 minutes. Long form is more than 10 minutes. Short form is less than 10 minutes. So when I go and say multi-channel marketing, if you were to go and create a YouTube video, a YouTube channel, that's where your long form videos go. You can take those long form videos from YouTube and create short form videos that you share on your other social media channels, which is Instagram, LinkedIn, uh, TikTok, Facebook. You can create short form videos in the form of reels and stories and posts, and that's called multi channel marketing. Now, when we hear those words, how uncomfortable we are with doing that process. Let's just be real. Like, let's have a conversation about it. Could
Uncomfortable.
we? You feel uncomfortable?
I'm uncomfortable talking about it because I know that if I held myself accountable, it's an area in which I need to improve.
Okay. So let me say this, right? We gotta do some we should go back and listen to the thing. And it's just not you, it's me as well, right? But I go back and I listen sometimes to the mindset coach is because I gotta figure out what is it inside of me that wrap my mind around that these are things that we have to do. I don't have a problem doing it. What I have a problem with is I've told myself that people do it too much. Like they spend too much time on the internet. But that's not a thing. That's something I told myself. 80% of the audiences that we have that we are communicating with rather watch live videos than read. So if I want to conquer thousands of people instead of one person at a time, I got to wrap my mind around that I have to make these videos. And I don't have a problem with it. It's just that who has time to sit around posting on the internet all day? So what I had to understand is that we have to hire the people to do the things that we don't communicate. We sometimes I'm just too old to. I'm at the season where right now, if I can't wrap my mind around it fast, I'm gonna pay someone to do it because I cannot lose the opportunity. The window opportunity is a lot shorter than me trying to make myself learn something new. So if you're in that position, then you need to hire someone. Influence marketing, you literally can just Google influence marketing and it will tell you companies who do influence marketing. You can post a video on Shade Room for $200. spiritual word will post for you. There's a lot of different avenues on social media that you can post your that you can do influencer marketing with. These are just people who are posting your information on their page, but they have a huge following. Now, if you have a physical product, you pay people to put your physical product on. I know many of you get inbox messages with people who sell jewelry and t-shirts and other products that say, hey, use this product so that you can say, I used it and it works. Because if T.I. says he wore your shirt, 9 times out of 10, everybody's going to wear it versus you putting it on and getting on Instagram. Does that make sense? Okay. So chat boxes. How many of you guys have a chat box? If you have KV Core, you have a chat box. The description that Patience just gave you guys when she said that she used um what's the name of the program you use, Patience? I forgot already. Is she gone?
I think it's
She's
out.
talking
Boost.
about
Yeah,
property
the
boost.
Property
property
boost.
boost.
There we go. Property Boost. So she used Property Boost. She was not working all weekend. She spent $60 to boost it, and then the system automatically began to communicate with her. That's a chat box. So if you guys are not using chat box, you're losing the opportunity of time with these people. If you're doing online marketing and someone communicates with you, you have how long do you think you have to communicate back?
30
5
Like,
seconds.
yeah, maybe 5 minutes or less than that. one
What you
minute.
say, Tania?
I said 5 seconds.
Absolutely. You got 5 seconds to beat these people to get them to communicate with you. Now, I want y'all to think in your head when you log online, how fast do you want an answer?
Within 5 seconds.
Immediately, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, if you had a chat box, all it does is integrate AI and start communicating and sending replies, quick replies to the people that you're communicating with. So the reason why she got 6 out of 2,000, that's what I really want y'all to concentrate on. She spent $60 on an ad on Property Boost. 2,000 people clicked on it because of the chat box that she has implemented in it. Only 10 people actually responded. Out of the 10, only 6 of them was real. So, in order to get people to actually do business with you online, you got to have some type of channel that connects with them so fast because only 10 people out of 2,000 actually responded. And
Yeah,
out of the 10, four of them were fake.
Can I ask a question about that? So,
Sure.
do you mean the platform she was advertising on, they have bots, or how does that work?
Yes, it's a bot, but they use it. They say it's text form, but it's really a bot in the back, right? So when she sent out the property boost, and with property boost, it doesn't even have to be our property. We could boost any listing that's online, right, or any listing in our office. But when she put it out there, they ran the ad, and it was 2,000 clicks. But as soon as they clicked on it, the chat box that the system uses automatically began to send them text messages and communicate with them. Out of those people that got the message, the 2,000 people that got the message, 10 of them actually answered and filled out a form. And out of those 10, 4 of them were fake.
yeah, but that's pretty awesome numbers. I mean, that's literally like $10 a lead, and who wouldn't pay that? Two bona fide
Absolutely.
and bona.
Absolutely. And Tasha, I'm so glad you said that. So we quantified it. It would be $10 per lead. Now, how many real estate agents on here are getting 2,000 clicks a day? But yet you pay for the tool every single month. So you could literally, even if you haven't sold any real estate in the last year, you could get back in the game with just doing one property boost. Bam. But you can actually attach these chat boxes to your internet, into your website, to your Instagram. to your LinkedIn, to your Facebook, and to your YouTube. There's a free chat box. HubSpot has a free chat box that you can add to your website, but you first have to have a website. And most of you, if you, especially if you're in our office, you have a website, right? So the number one chat box to use if you want a free one is HubSpot. If you want to pay for one, they got chatbox.com. But what this will do is automatically reply to your inquiries. If the people like your post on social media, they will get a chat box. So this is a immediate way that uses artificial intelligence to communicate with the people who are engaging with you.
Will that work on TikTok?
You know what? I don't know, but it's worth a try to see if it will work on TikTok.
Well, you could set up a LinkedIn. Cause I set up me one. You could set up your LinkedIn, and you could probably attach the hood box to it.
Oh, the HubSpot. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say yes.
Also, if I may add, if you do the Facebook ads as well, Facebook allows you to create a personalized form where you can ask the prospective lead specific questions. And you can get as detailed as you want, but it'll ask them specific questions. And by them filling it out, it's them actually filling out the form, which shows to me that they're serious if they're giving you their name, email, and answering the question. So I've used Facebook ads as well in their forms, which I've actually gotten quite a few leads from there. But the tricky thing about the Facebook is I actually had some leads that were sitting in there and I didn't know that they were there because somehow I couldn't even tell you how to get there. I'm sorry, but there's a feature on the business suite of your Facebook business page where if you create this form, once they fill it out, it gets dumped there and it's called raw leads or something like that. But the forms that I create, I ask for like their email, their name, are you working with a realtor, are you looking to buy, are you pre-approved, things like that. And I literally had like 6 leads sitting in there that filled that out and I didn't even know about it. So Facebook does have one.
Yes, Facebook also has embedded forms. So if you use a system, and you can actually go up in Lashonda, you can go there, and if you set up the right pixel to your website and your Facebook, they have embedded forms. So the difference between you filling out the form or you creating the form, when they start looking at the post, it embeds their information from their Facebook and their contact information, and it fills it out for them. So all they have to do is agree to get more information. The form is filled out, because if we depend on people to fill the form out, a lot of times they won't do it. They, soon as they see put your information here, they get discouraged. But if you use the embedded forms, just Google Facebook embedded forms, it'll give you the pixels that you need to put in there. And when a person clicks on it, it automatically fills it out for them.
Okay, I'll try that too. Thank you.
So just Google embedded forms. It'll give you a whole bunch of things that you can use in order to be able to convert them over. But as you guys see, it's highly important for you guys to be using these digital marketing tools, because we are not going to get ahead of the people who are using them in our market. And the people who are winning in our market are using all 7 of these tools that I'm telling you. Interactive content. Like your content has to be interactive. It can't just be read this, because people are not reading. People have been using interactive content to lure customers for years. So give me some examples of interactive content. Just guess.
Creating polls, maybe
Yeah.
on Facebook, or asking questions like, do you like this granite? Or do you prefer blinds or curtains? Just different things like that. That's what I've done.
Very good. What else? What about quizzes? Giveaways, when people are giving away stuff. Have you seen it? If you follow me here, you follow me on all my social media channels, you fill out this survey is another interactive, right? And then you enter to win a free trip to Hawaii, right? That is when you're giving away stuff. You give away your services for free for the first 10 people who do this. All of that stuff is called interactive content. What it does, it increases your engagement, because people, I know it seems like people scroll to read, but they don't. They only pay attention to the distractions. So if they have to read the whole post, or uh wait till they get to the end to get to the nugget, 9 times out of 10 they're going to leave it. Now, the reason why you guys continue to do the same type of marketing, you don't switch it up, is because you don't have any analytical attachments to your social media, so you don't really know what it's doing. You guys should start reading the insights. They began to give us insights in the last 2 years where you can kind of see how people are communicating with it. But there's actually apps that you can use to show way more than what the insights will give you. Like, I use Insta Report. I'm sorry. So on my Insta Report, it tells me all of the people who are stalking me, all the people who keep going back to my post over and over again. It'll tell me people who unfollowed me. It'll tell me people who have never used my who never even went to my page before. It gives me way more analytics than just the insights that you see actually on there for free. I pay about $15 a year for Insta Report, and that was probably one of the old plans. But a real estate agent showed me how you could go and get the actual reports that breaks it all the way down to what you're saying is working. Um, and then I would go to the people's page that was actually following me, that wasn't to the people's page that was actually following me, but not, they were my ghost. They would never like my page, but they would always visit it, and then I would just go interact with something that was on their page to let them know that I was interacting with them. It would be crazy how that works. So the one of the right ways I met the mindset coach was that way. She was going to all of my posts, right? And she was actually just being a follower, but she was actually interacting with it without hitting like. So because of my Insta Report, that's how I was able to find her. What are some other interactive marketings that we could be doing?
Going live regularly. That way people are looking forward. That's something that really works. I mean, even not having scheduled lives, but if you have like scheduled lives continuously, that really works. That builds up a lot. So yeah, that worked too.
So I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you came up, Charlie. So you're big on influencer marketing. Is influencer marketing expensive?
No, no. I mean, I pay influencers myself. Sometimes it'd be like $150 for a week. You get a post, you get a post on the story and on the page, and then that help a lot. I ain't gonna lie, that give me a lot of followers and a lot of business. But the whole thing is, you have to know, you gotta know that influencers, followers, and what are they into, and not just go off of the number of followers they have.
So if you don't mind, give us a little just some points on what we should be looking for, let's say for real estate, right? I know you have other products, but if I was a real estate agent and I was trying to market to a certain audience, right? I want to market to investors. What should I be looking for with the influencer?
You should be looking for somebody who has influence on, if you're looking to get investors, like somebody who has influence on people who are entrepreneurs and who are always looking for like more streams of income and things like that. That way, even if they aren't already investors, you can kind of coach them on how to be an investor, and you can work with them like that. But a lot of people who are into the entrepreneurship are already starting to be getting into the investor game. on real estate.
So I say, okay, this person is good. How do I get them to be an influencer? I mean, how do I recognize that they're an influencer?
So for me, I just like for me for the people I work with, I just kind of watch them. I look at their engagement. I look at their following. I go through the followers. Or some people have fake followers, so I go through the followers, make sure the followers not fake, make sure the likes and the views add up with the followers. And I just watch them for a little bit, you know. Then I make my approach to them.
So how do I know if if the person's followers are fake or not?
Because if you go click on their followers or you click on their likes, especially the likes, it'll have like a bunch of people from India or overseas and stuff like that. And it's easy to tell. And then you can go look at some of their pages, and some of the pages it's like stop, not even any followers, not even any pictures and stuff like that. So
Okay.
a lot of people will try to, trick people or scam people with having, 20, 30,000 followers, but most of them not real.
So I found this person in their reel. And what is the conversation like when I reach out to this person and say, hey, I want you to do what? What am I saying?
So the people that I approach, they already do this. So they already have their own system. But if you're reaching out to somebody and they don't already do it, you just let them know, man, what you want from them. If you want them to post, or you can pay people to go live with you too. That'll definitely get you followers. But you always want to make sure that you have everything understood. And then depending on the amount that you spending, you definitely want to have some sort of contract. But it's best to get everything out up front. Let them know exactly what you want, exactly what you need. If you want, a week worth of promotion, you want 3 or 4 posts a week. You want story posts. You want page posts. You want to be tagged. You got to be specific, because some people, they don't do everything. They're not gonna just assume that they know what you want.
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing is relationship, though. You want to build a relationship and make sure it's just not, all money. That way, they'll be doing the right thing and do it how it's supposed to go for you.
So is it smart to use an influencer that's not in our area? Let's say if I want to, like, I like Los, right? I'm sure you know who Los is. I like Los, and he's real good. He owns a health spa, but he's also an investor and teaches business credit. So, but he's in Chicago. Is it smart to use him?
Yes.
Very
Yes,
good. Yeah.
people with business credit. So people who learn the business credit game or and learn about credit and how they can leverage it, those are definitely some of the best people to market to, far as when it come to investing, because they have capital, they have that 20% to put down, and they know how to come up with capital. So yeah, that's definitely a good person.
So I'm asking him these questions so if you guys can kind of get an understanding, because what I see happen in the years that I've been coaching is that I will give people ideas and then they would go do it and they'd be like, "Well, she don't know what she's talking about because that doesn't work." Well, all you did was just that one thing. You go, you find someone who says we sell, we influencers and we'll pay us $180 and we'll do it, and they may not have been the right person to use. No, are they influencers? Yes. Did they do what they said they were going to do? Yes. But did you have all of the tools that you needed? Yes. Because if I throw you out an idea, it's for you to research it and figure out how to get it done the right way. So this contract that he's saying you need to have, you need to think about everything that you want. It doesn't have to be a formal contract. It just needs to be an agreement that, because remember, we don't really see these people. We don't really know these people. But if I send them an agreement saying, hey, so you agree to do this, and this, and then we get it done, and then I pay you, they may want a deposit up front. Like, all of this is negotiable. So I need to have a plan, but more importantly, I got to wrap my mind around doing it and start doing it today. This is not something that you can plan on doing. These are actually steps that you need to be taking yesterday. So a lot KB Core has a lot of services that you guys could use. Most of you guys as real estate agents, no matter what company you work with, usually has KB Core. They have a lot of services that they may be extra, but you should use them. Like Bum Bum. Does anyone know what Bum Bum is? So Bum Bum is a video marketing app that's in your KB Core. I think Shannon, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think you get 10 videos, and then after that, you have to pay for them. But the difference between running a Bum Bum video and you actually creating an email and saying, "Click right here and watch this video," it is if you it reduces your leave rate and increases your engagement rate. So with Bum Bum, if you record a video and say, "Hey, I'm a real estate agent. I am working with all of the people. I am a oil and gas expert. Everyone in oil and gas uses me, and I am helping with people in oil and gas and giving them a 25% commission discount." If I was to run that video and I use Bum Bum, I can place it in the body of the email. So when the person opens the email, I start talking, so they don't have to click anything in order for them to get the information that I want them to have. Now, if you use Gmail or any other mail service and you don't use a system like BumBum, you have to type a message and say, "Hey, I have a really good video for you to watch. Click the button below." How likely are they to click the button below? Very unlikely. So what you have to do is BumBum increases your analytics and your open rate, but you can't use BumBum with Gmail. BumBum and Mailchimp goes hand in hand. So look it up. Use these tools. What other tools do you guys think we should be using that I did not mention? So everybody's straight. How many of you guys are using any of the tools that I mentioned? Okay. So if
I'm
you guys
I'm still rebranding myself, but I wrote it down to put on my to do list.
Okay, so you say you're rebranding yourself because remember that's where it starts, right? So a lot of us really don't have a brand, but at this point in our life, we got to have a brand. We need to have a tagline. We need to have a domain, and we need to have a professional email. Those are the four most important pieces of branding. So if you're a real estate agent or a business owner right now, and you're doing business with the email that says at Yahoo, at Gmail, we're already missing a piece of the branding pie. So where are you at right now, Tania, in your branding process?
I done did just about. I did my marketing material. I done did my website. I gotta go back and pay for a professional email. Um, I done now. I'm typing up my forming letters. I'm typing my forming letters to put my brand and my logo, my company name, along with my logo on there to cater towards me. So I'm just creating my solid foundation. So when I jump out there, I don't want to have to stop and do nothing. I could just copy and paste and bam.
So I want you to get with a title company in your area because they will co-market your farming letters with you, and they will pay for your postage if you build a relationship with them. A lot of title companies have systems that will automatically uh, create them for you and mail them out.
Mhm.
These title companies are getting really, really, really fancy with their systems. Right now, Stewart Title, if any of you guys have Stewart Title in your area, Stewart Title now has free skip tracing. They have a system that will skip trace the people. They will give you the list of the people who will most likely be able to move right now. So it does the same thing as offers. So if any of you guys are using offers as a lead generation system, you could cancel it if you go to Stewart Title and take their class, because they have a system that will tell you use a forming tool that will tell you people who are most likely to sell and move. And then they have a system that generates letters, and they also have a system that generates the names and the emails, and they will let you use it for free.
That's nice.
So it's all about the tools and the relationships that we're out here building. We're talking about marketing today, but there's a lot of companies, including your lenders, your uh, your title companies. They will co-market material for you and pay for them. You can use that same material in your digital marketing. So right now, today, I want you guys to spend some time, some hours on building yourself a plan, but don't really let it get past today. Like, we got to go and move forward. We got to move the needle, because there are people out here actually doing these things and already winning. I showed the agents yesterday in our meeting about the real numbers that people are doing right here in our area as teams and actually out here producing. These people are making they're doing $1 billion worth of real estate a year, $269 million worth of real estate. Every last one of those people who are in those numbers have the 7 steps that I gave you guys today. They're already using them. They're not thinking about them. They're already using them. So just imagine there's 7 million people in the Dallas area. And if the Rhodes team is doing $1 billion worth of business, how much of the market do they already own? Most of it. And they're doing it digitally. They cannot reach enough people by foot by doing traditional real estate lead generation to sell $1 billion worth of real estate a year. I'm gonna let you guys know it's impossible to sell over 50 houses with no online marketing and lead generation skills. If you're just using the traditional open houses, talking to 10 people, connecting with 10 people, previewing homes, that will not get you past 50 homes. You have to have some online presence. Even if you buy leads, you still have to have the other stuff that goes right along with it, like the bot and all of that stuff. So I really want you guys to think about that. And if you need some help with your plan, let me know. You guys know how to reach me. We will be teaching this Thursday at our office. We will have etiquette class, but next week I will be teaching profitable systems that work. Not only is it a good class for you to know, because I keep up to date with all of the systems that work to get you into production quickly. That's my whole purpose, is to get you there quickly and to get you more of it. But it's also a CE class, so you will get 3 hours worth of CE. It's important to figure out the systems. And let me just tell you guys, I am not as smart as you think. Well, I am smart, but all I do is a lot of Googling and talking to people. So I talk to people to figure out how they can help me help you guys. There's nothing new under the sun. I spend hours at night researching, and you guys can really do the same thing. If you know Eddie Foy in Houston, if you're a Houston real estate agent and you know Eddie, Eddie will give you access to HubSpot for free, which HubSpot, he will give you the other version of it. The HubSpot is a free CRM. He will give you the professional. He will also co-brand listing reports for you, which is the same thing that that Patience was talking about if you don't have KV Core. And HubSpot has a free chat box that you can attach to your website. If you have a domain, you can get a website through Squarespace for like $6 a month, or you can get one from WordPress for $99 a year. So we really right now should not have any reason why we cannot actually perform great in this market to come, because we're ahead of the curve. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Someone put in the so Derek said he got it from Eddie. Yeah. If you know Eddie, Eddie will give you HubSpot and he will give you list reports. And somebody says you guys should try Zoom open house. So that is another thing. I'm really big on the virtual portion of it, not necessarily because it's online, but I can reach a bigger crowd. If I only use the traditional open house method, I have to depend on the people who are coming to my open house. And we have to realize everybody's on convenience right now. So I'm going to reach the people who want to live in that neighborhood. I'm going to reach the people who are already in that area. But if I do it digitally, I can reach people all over. So what about the people who are moving here from Chicago, California, from the Chevron industry? They told them that they were going to get to come down here and visit the area to see if they like it. So if you had a virtual open house versus a physical open house, would they have to come to Houston to see your open house to see if they like the area? So you guys should be doing live virtual tours of the city where Chevron is going for people to see if they really like the area. You can reach a higher crowd if you use video and online marketing tools. So I hope this helped you guys. Do you guys have any questions for me before we get off today?
I have a quick question. Hey, Miss Janelle, good to see you. So I'm not in real estate, but I'm heavy into online marketing. And the one thing I had looked up while you were talking, is the average conversion rate for real estate agents when they're doing online marketing, which is really important because a lot of people I work with, they get discouraged really fast with doing all the things because they get thousands of clicks, but they're not getting like hundreds and hundreds of, converting clients. So
Mm-hmm.
it's, about the average 3 to 5%. But the interesting thing that I read was that the incubation period for these clients is much longer than what I've seen. It says it's an average of 6 to 24 months, meaning, if you get someone's email, you might have to nurture that lead for up to 2 years in order to see it convert. Is that pretty accurate in your experience, or what do you think about that stat? I'm just curious.
It is accurate if we just do traditional methods, right? So what we have to understand is the sales cycle. These people that we're reaching online, we're reaching them in curiosity. So just imagine you thinking about something you kind of like just thinking about. Like you saw something come online and oh man, I'm gonna give you an example of things that I think of. Like I have I wear heels all the time and my feet hurt. So if I saw an ad on Instagram about pads that comfort my feet all day long, it's just a thought. It's not something I went researching for. It's just something that came across and I was curious about it. So I clicked on it and I looked. When those people get all of those clicks, that's where they are. It's just a curiosity thing. People do not begin to move the needle until they reach the interest stage. So we're actually incubating them between the curiosity stage and the interest stage. That could be anywhere between 0 days to about 6 months. Remember, these people have not had a physical conversation with you. They are viewing their product at their convenience and they have no connection to you. So by using some of the products that I told you guys today, people begin to feel they have a personal connection with you, like live video. So if I had all of those clicks, I could speed the process up by sending them a live video, sending them a personal text with personal conversations, and now they begin to connect with me. Because once we get from interest and we go to connection, that's when they begin to make appointments. That's when they begin to talk back. That's when we can turn them from a customer to a client. So that is true when you do nothing else but wait for them to call you. And that's what a lot of real estate agents do. A lot of real estate agents put a lot of marketing out there, but they don't manage the marketing. So it could take 24 to 20 2 months, 2 years in order for them to actually say yes. Here's the problem. The people who are getting to them faster are the people who are talking to the same people you're talking to. They're just talking to them more in different ways. So it is also possible to speed that up, but that is, Celeste, a true statistic.
Okay, thank you for answering. It helps.
Hmm. So a lot of people who use different tools, different people to I'm sorry, I accidentally muted myself. A lot of people use different tools. So if we use Celeste's example, people believe in reviews, right? So I put out an ad on Facebook and I get a lot of clicks, and I get a lot of names, but we feel like those are bad leads. If I was to go and pay an influencer to say they did business with me, I would be able to convert more than half of those people because someone else said that they did business with me. That was a review. It was a live review and we had a live conversation. They're like, man, if you know James Harden, you got to know everybody. You got to be the best. So if we want to speed up this process, we have to use all of the digital tools that I told you guys today. But I'm glad that you did that, Celeste, to help agents, new agents, realize that you won't go out here today and get a client today. It's going to take some time. And it also proves that there's no such thing as a bad lead. People will do business with you if you constantly communicate with them that you were talking to 2 years ago. So thank you for that.
Yes, and I always tell people, yes, we want the dollar, we want the bag, but really the exercise is just getting them to remember you. So if you can remember that, you will succeed at marketing.
Absolutely. It's about the remember. It's about the interest and the consideration. I mean, the interest and the following. When they follow you back, that's a tool. That's a sign, right, that they are interested in what you're saying. And sometimes our message can be stale, so we can't keep saying the same thing. So it takes a little studying and a lot of work, but it's profitable. If you could do $260 million in real estate volume, would that not change your life?
Heck yes.
Exactly. So think of it that way and should encourage us to do it. And you can do it in the AC. So, so we should look at the advantages that we have and the gifts we have. It's a blessing to be able to do what we do. It's a gift.
Hey, Miss Compton, I got a hack that I wanted to share as far as the recommendations. So I got a, reminder set in my phone every 3 to 4, I think every 3 months, to go out and send out recommendations on HAR to agents that I've worked with and kind of give them a glowing review. And in return, I get a review back. So just something to keep out there. And you can do it with friends and family on Facebook as well. You just don't want to do them all at the same time, then they look uh, fabricated.
Mm-hmm. Very good, AK. Hey, AK, before I forget, can you call me when we get off of here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Anyone else who have any questions, comments, help? Like, this is an app for us to help each other. Everything before we get off today?
Well, I had one tip that I didn't hear you talk about, but I don't know how many of y'all blog, which is like written content, but blogging is really, really taking over in the SEO space. If you don't know what that is, it's basically ranking on Google, right? But I've been seeing brand new blogs pop up that outrank year-old content, content that's been ranking on Google number one for like 2, 3 years. So definitely look into it. I would highly recommend just doing some basic research on, how to structure the blog so that it actually ranks if that's what you're interested in. But yeah, blogging is definitely a hot, hot item right now. So yeah, look into it.
That's yeah, I did not mention blogging. And blogging, it has been the around for the test of time. It's truly one of the number one marketing tools, is because people opt into the information that you use, and it's really high on the SEO cycle. So Celeste is an SEO specialist, guys. So if you don't understand SEO and you rank really high on the Google charts and you want to maximize your Google and your online, you should reach out to her. Celeste, can you put your information in the chat for us, please?
Yeah, and thank you for that. I
No
appreciate
problem.
it.
And if you don't understand SEO, it's the search engine optimization, right? So all marketing and all sales start online. It starts with a search from the consumer. I also highly encourage you guys to study the consumer process. The current consumer process. Google the 2022 consumer process. You will be amazed of the things that you see of how consumers make their decisions. That is important for us to know how a person makes their decisions so we know when and where to attract them. What information is most commonly used? What type of conversations people actually like to have? It cuts out a lot of the time we use in trying to figure out if it works or not. And that's what Celeste does. So, um, I really, really hope you guys got some value from this. This is not all of it, right? This is just an hour worth of information to get you jump started for you to go and do some research on your own. And if you don't have the time or the mental capacity, right, you just say, you know what, Janelle, this is just not what I do. You can hire someone to do this, and it's not as expensive as it used to be, right? There's some free resources. There's some very expensive sources. There's some medium price sources, and then there's some cheap sources. A lot of times when you spend a lot of money to do it, you just get there faster. So it also depends on the timeline of how long you have to be successful. But I really, really want you guys to do some research and think about this, and don't just ignore this conversation, because we're going to get beat out in this market to come if we don't have any online presence. All right. Any questions, concerns, ahas before we get off today? Perfect. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. See you again at 8:30 in the morning. Bye bye.
Bye.